What's going on, guys? It's Gage here. Today I'm going to be doing a review on my arcade machine. It's something that I actually bought off of a seller from Etsy. So I'll leave a link in the description to his shop, and if you decide that this is something that you want to do, obviously you can go and talk to him. But the way I ended up actually finding this arcade machine, I got to give credit to Arcade 1-Up. They are a seller. They build these like little arcade machines. I ended up pre-ordering one of those because I seen an ad for them on Facebook, and after doing that, I was searching on YouTube, and I ended up finding out people were building these full-size arcade cabinets, these MAME cabinets, and I decided that, hey, if I can have a full-size cabinet, you know, I'd rather save my money up and buy a full-size cabinet. So I found this guy on Etsy. His name is Ruben. He builds these cabinets. Usually they come in black. I decided to get mine with a Mortal Kombat graphic, and, you know, we're going to do the review on it now. So this is the cabinet here. Like I said, I went ahead and had it done in the Mortal Kombat graphic pack just because he makes them all the way in Florida, and I live too far away to have the option of doing this at a later date. So I went ahead and saved my money. It was another $400 for the graphic pack, and I know that's expensive, but like I said, I wanted that. So, you know, if you want it, I guess you got to pay for it. But nonetheless, moving on, you got a bunch of LED lights on this machine. Obviously, you got the two, which are going to be above and below your 32-inch LED screen. That's going to be the monitor for this arcade cabinet. And then you got one underneath the gamepad here, and one in the marquee, and then you have two on the back of the machine. Now, Ruben, who's the seller of this machine, will send you the remote for the lights there. The light is controlled with this remote by this sensor, which is right underneath the gamepad there, okay? With this remote, you can actually, I have it on red because it's a Mortal Kombat machine, and it just looks good with red because the machine is mostly red, and all the other LEDs in my man cave are red, so that's just kind of my theme, but you can change it to any color that you want. So, you know, we'll go ahead and put it on green. You can actually make it flash the different colors. You can make it strobe if you want. Or you can make it kind of like a more smoother look with the different colors. So it's actually very customizable with the LEDs, and they're very cool. This machine does sell, you know, two different versions. You can get this with a gamepad that has 4 different controls, or just the 2 controls. I don't feel like I needed the 4 controls, so I went ahead and got it with the 2 controls. And it really has turned out to be plenty enough for me. Now, the monitor that he uses in here is, like I said, a 32-inch TCL Roku screen. So, with it being a Roku screen, it's actually got some cool capabilities. Your remote's here. We're going to go ahead and turn the TV on. So, like I said, it's going to have a bunch of capabilities. Right here on this remote, you just can see that it's got Netflix, Sling, Hulu, Vudu. But if you click the home button, it'll bring you over, and, you know, like I said, you have Pandora or Spotify. You can listen to music through here, which the arcade machine does have the 2 speakers with the amplifier here. So, you know, you'll be able to use this not only as an arcade machine, but as a movie playing device or a music streaming device. So, you know, in my man cave, it's a good piece, you know, that I can use for many additional things. But let's go ahead and go back home, and we're gonna go back to the HDMI. Now, in order to turn this machine on, you got a switch here in the back, and it's a toggle switch that controls your Raspberry Pi, which is the brains to this computer, and we'll go back in the back and show you that here in a minute, okay? But when you turn this thing on, it's got what's called a couple different theme sets, and depending on the theme set you have set up, it'll play a different startup screen. He sends it to you pre-installed with some different ones. I have my own pre-installed from, you know, the theme sets that are available to you. But if you give it just a second, it's got to boot up, and then it'll play that for you. Here we go. And each time, like, you boot this up, it might be a different thing coming. And I think these are all, you know, intuitive with that theme set as to which one plays, you know. But I know this theme set I have it plays multiple different ones. And Emulation Station is the program that is running all of the ROMs that we have on here. So right when you bring it up, like I said, this is the theme set I have on here. Yours may look different when you first get it, but you can download this. But nonetheless, you got all the different systems on here. You got arcade classics, last played favorites. You can set those in here, and then it'll tell you all the different systems, and then it'll kind of give you a laser vision of each system. We're gonna go ahead and go to arcade classics and just show you some of this gameplay. The theme set that I have in here shows you the games to the right, and then each game it'll kind of give you a video preview of the video game before you play it. Now, like I said, there is a ton of games on this thing. I'm scrolling down here, and as you can see, I mean, this is just the arcade classics, so I can go to a different system and show you different games. Now, some of the games are repeated in the systems, but there are probably 14,000 games or more on this system. Now, with that being said, with it being so many games, you don't have to scroll all the way through them. If you go right here and click just that first button at the very top of your gamepad, it'll bring up a screen, and you can go over here and then click OK. And now we're straight in the M's. So we scroll down. Let's go ahead, and obviously this is a Mortal Kombat machine, so we're going to show you some Mortal Kombat. Now if you got Mortal Kombat 1, Mortal Kombat 2, and Mortal Kombat 3, now this is just on the arcade games, so if you go to a different system, there might be some different Mortal Kombat's in there. I didn't mean to click that. Let's go ahead and bring this up and play it so you guys can see. Now, it's really cool. When it brings it up, it's got several different programs running inside of that Raspberry Pi, not only the emulation station, but it's got like the bezel producer, and so whenever you pick a game, it will produce the bezel for that specific arcade machine. So right now you can see on the bottom it's got the arcade bezel for Mortal Kombat, which is the game we're going to play. Now, up here on these top buttons, you got to use one of these buttons to insert some coins, and then one of them is your start button. So this one was the insert coin button, and that was the start button. Now we're just going to pick our character. Now whenever you're using your gamepad, sometimes this might be the OK button or this might be the OK button. You just kind of got to play around with it depending on how the game's programmed in here. It might be something different. I'm probably going to get my butt kicked here because I'm playing with only one hand. I mean, obviously that's not really possible with Mortal Kombat, but just to kind of give you guys an idea. Anyways, we'll go back. There's a ton of games on here. Like I said, we'll show you some more about the machine. Alright, now that I've showed you guys some of the game work there, I'll show you the graphics on the side here. You got Scorpion and Raiden, and we got Scorpion again down here. Now both sides are the exact same. This machine, whenever they send it to me, it's got a lot of Scorpion on here, but that's okay. I like him. Down here at the front, you got the Mortal Kombat symbol, and on the front of the gamepad is Mortal Kombat written across there. The gamepad contains an assortment of different Mortal Kombat characters on here, as you can see. Scorpion again, and then you got Scorpion up here by the speakers. And then the Mortal Kombat symbol and lettering again is on the marquee. And the marquee is transparent, like I said earlier, so you can have the light shine through it. So you can actually get online, and if I didn't want this marquee, I could order a different one. They sell them on eBay all the time. I see them, so you can customize this machine however you want it. Like I said, on the side of this machine, it's the same on both sides. Now we'll tell you a little bit more about what makes this machine work. Starting off, I've already told you about this, but I'll just go ahead and reiterate that it does have the two speakers up here below the marquee. The speakers here are controlled by the amplifier on the gamepad. You got the on-off switch right here, and then the volume control and the bass and the treble. Most of everything that really runs the machine, though, is in the back of the machine, and we'll go behind there right now so you can see that. So here in the back, it's all pretty simple. The whole cabinet really is constructed at a mostly particle board. You do have this one board here, and that goes across as a brace, and it also holds your power strip. And everything that the machine needs to run is going to be plugged into that power strip. So your LEDs, your speakers, your TV, your Raspberry Pi, and all that kind of good stuff. Just starting off, you do have the two LED strips here. You got one there and then the one here, and those are the ones that are in the back of the machine. And then you do have the Raspberry Pi. Now this is going to be the most important thing in this whole machine. Cool thing that he actually did with this, so he put these screws here in the back, on the back, so you can just kind of if you need to remove the Raspberry Pi to get the SD card out, or for any reason, you can take it on or off like that. Now earlier we showed you that you have the toggle switch that goes into the Raspberry Pi. That's what I reached around to turn the Raspberry Pi on. And that's your power supply. It's gonna run straight into the Raspberry Pi here, and you have the on or off button there. I don't think that there's a problem with running this Raspberry Pi all the time, so I just leave it on and cut my monitor on and off whenever I want to play it. Alright guys, just to wrap things up with the arcade machine here, I just want to tell you a few last bits. As far as the games are concerned, it's gonna have pretty much a lot of the early games. All the early games, like from the Commodore, Atari, and up, all the way to the first PlayStation. But that's kind of where it draws the line on this one. You can even hook up a Bluetooth controller if you have like a DualShock. It can take a DualShock and you can play the PlayStation games with that. And you can even install a light gun on here, and it's got some ROMs for light gun games, and you can play light guns with a light gun. So that's pretty cool. As far as the build is concerned, it probably took him about 2 weeks to build it, and then 2 days to send it to me. And once he sent it to me, it was just like with this personal guy, and like he sends it, and he'll help you unload it. It's fully assembled. You don't have to worry anything about that. The cost of the machine, this is an expensive toy here. I'll go ahead and tell you, like it took me a while to save up for this here, but it was about $800 or like $899. I can't remember. I think it's either $800 or $899, and then $400 for it's like $399 for shipping. So $400 for shipping. So actually, I can just tell you it was like about $1,600 total in all, with the wrap for $400, the shipping for $400, and then the machine was like $800. Well, I appreciate you guys watching this video with me. If you guys got any questions about the machine, you let me know. I'll answer them. If you want me to make some more videos with some games, let me know about that. I'll make some videos with some games just for you guys. I'll probably do a video of like a little tour of the man cave if you guys want to see that. So appreciate you guys for watching my videos. Like, subscribe, I guess. I don't I hate saying that bull crap. Like it seems like some bullshit YouTuber type shit, but anyways, fuck it. I hope y'all like this arcade machine. If y'all want one, hit Ruben up. Thanks guys.